Welcome to Rocky Mountain RV in beautiful Butte, Montana. Well, it's fall in the air today, and fall means time to winterize our RVs. So today I just want to take a few minutes and walk you through how to winterize your Heartland RV. Today for my video we'll be using a 2011 Elk Ridge 34 TSRE fifth wheel. So the first thing we want to do when we're getting ready to winterize is we'll step inside the coach, make sure that our water pump switch and water heater switch are both turned off. On the 34 TSRE, they're right here inside the door in the cabinet, and you can see that our water pump switch here is turned to the on position, so we'll go ahead and turn that off. Our water heater switch right here is turned off. The next step is we'll come over and open up our water faucets to allow any remaining pressure out of the system. And we're just going to go right ahead and let all that pressure bleed right down. From there we'll step outside, and I'll show you a couple of the tools that we're going to be required to winterize your Heartland RV. Right inside the docking center here, I have my tools set up. You can see that we do require a 1 1/16 inch socket with long extension and 1/2 inch drive ratchet, as well as a screw gun with a number 2 S square drive bit. We'll also need 2 gallons of RV antifreeze, and you can see that these are rated for 50 below. And you want to make sure that we do use RV antifreeze and not car antifreeze, because RV is non-toxic and it is made for freshwater drinking systems. So from this point, we want to locate our freshwater tank drain, which on the Elk Ridge is right here, just forward of the axles. You'll recognize it by a single hose, normally blue in color, that hangs down underneath the coach. We'll just open that up and go ahead and just let all the fresh water drain out of the freshwater tank. From there we step over to our water heater, and we'll pull off our water heater access door. And just set it over aside here. We'll grab our socket, and being as we've relieved all the pressure off the system, we'll go ahead and unthread our water heater plug, which is right here on the bottom. Now this is a Suburban water heater, which all Heartland RVs are. If you do have a different brand of water heater, the procedure will be the same. Just locate your plug and go ahead and loosen that guy up. Okay, now that we're getting that guy loosened up, you want to step to the side when you do this, because of course we are going to have in the Elk Ridge 10 gallons of water holding back with that water heater plug. As we thread that guy out, see the water will go ahead and start to drain right out of the plug there. Now a lot of people will try to open their vent up here on the water heater, and I do not recommend opening up that pop-off valve, because it's just going to give you another option for that pop-off valve to leak. So just go ahead and let the water just dribble out. It'll go ahead and dribble right out of there, no problem at all. I also want to talk about our anode rod while we've got you here. This is our Suburban anode rod, and the purpose of the anode rod is the corrosion in the tank will actually feed on this anode rod instead of rotting out our tank. And you can see, if we look at the end of this, you can see a little stainless steel rod right there in the center. So when you start to see these anode rods, they're going to deteriorate from the plug end first and work their way out towards the end. Now this will not break off in your tank, so go ahead and let this rod eat all the way down to that wire core, all the way the full length, and you'll be just fine. I like to store my anode rod right there inside my water heater, and then I just go right ahead and put my water heater door back on the coach and close it up. And those two things, will just let them sit there and drain. They won't affect the rest of our winterizing at all. From there, on a Heartland, we have this cover right here that has to be removed to get into your access on your water fittings. And there will be 4 screws, and you can see a screw hole there. I've already got this removed, so it's a little bit easier to get in and out. And I'm just going to get this cover right out of our way here. Alright, I'm going to walk around the other side so we can get a little bit better view at the next procedures for this winterized job. As I just step right up into the basement compartment here, you can see by removing that access panel, it has allowed us access into our water heater, as well as our water pump right over there in the corner. One of the most important things to remember about winterizing is that you must bypass your water heater. And we accomplish that with these little valves right here. So at the top here, the handle on the valve is going to indicate the direction of flow for water. So we want to stop that water from going into our water tank, both top and right down here at the bottom. Turn both of those closed. And right between our two lines here, you can see this little feed line. And this guy is just our shortcut, or our bypass as it's called. And this guy we want to go ahead and open up. And that's going to allow our water to come over to the water heater lines, up through this hose, and then back out through our hot water system. Our Heartland products are equipped with a water pump bypass kit as well. So with this guy, we'll just unthread our cap off of our antifreeze jug, set our antifreeze jug right in here, and then we find our little bypass hose that comes off the water pump. We'll grab that guy and we'll get it right down into our jug of antifreeze here. And sometimes you got to work at getting these positioned a little bit so the hose goes all the way to the bottom of the jug, just like that. You can also see that right here is another little valve, and that valve of course is turned off. We're going to go ahead and turn this valve to the on position, and that's going to allow our pump to suck antifreeze right out of this jug here and down and in through the pump and out to our system. So let's step inside and we'll start our winterizing. As we step up into the coach here, we want to make sure that our water faucets are all turned to the off position. And they're off here, as well as in the shower. And from this point, we'll go right ahead and turn our water pump on. Go to our kitchen faucet first. Open one valve at a time. And what we're going to see here is we'll get nice clear water coming through. And that's going to run for a few minutes here, and we'll see that go to that pink color from the antifreeze. And then we'll be ready to go ahead and do our other side of our kitchen faucet. And by doing these one at a time, and there's the pink right there, you can see it. Turn that one off, go ahead and go here. You'll see it go pink, and then back to clear. And we'll go right back to pink again. And by doing these at one at a time, we're ensured that we're getting all of our lines filled with antifreeze. Now RV antifreeze is a pusher. It does not mix with water, so it's just going to push the water out of the lines, and getting that color is what's going to tell us that we've got antifreeze into those lines. And it looks like right there we've probably sucked our can dry. So I'm going to go ahead and shut that guy off. We have that nice pink color. And at this point on your first faucet, it's going to require the most antifreeze. So if we come in and look, yeah, we can see that our jug is nearly empty. So we'll go ahead and switch jugs at this point. And just pull that hose back out of there. We'll save the little bit of remaining antifreeze. And I apologize about the camera work. I am doing this with just one hand, so bear with me here. And we'll get that guy stuck all the way down to the bottom of that can again, and then right back inside. And we'll go right into our bathroom. Of course, our kitchen faucet is finished, so we'll come right in here. We'll let that pump prime back up. And we can see, of course, our clear water coming out. And again, you can see I'm doing just one side of this faucet at a time. And that is ensuring that that line is getting completely full of antifreeze. There's our pink. Go ahead and shut that side off. We'll start over on the cold water side. there's our pink again. From there we go right to the shower. We'll go ahead and turn our shower faucet on here. Again, we're seeing that pink, or excuse me, the clear water coming first. There's our pink through the faucet. Close that one. Start with the cold water side again. And there's our pink through that side as well. Now with the shower, I like to remove the shower hose here and just let that guy hang throughout the winter. You'll see the antifreeze come running back out of it there. And then just leave it unhooked like that, and that will not allow any water in there. The next thing we do is our toilet. Same process. You can see right away we've got our pink, nice and pink throughout there. Let that guy go ahead. Now, with the Elk Ridge, we do have a washer-dryer hookup up here in the front closet. Some fifth wheels will have this, some will not. And you can see I've already got this ready with a short section of garden hose connected to my hookup for my washer-dryer, and I just run this over into a bucket. So up here, we'll just turn this guy on. We'll allow that to pump right out and get that nice pink antifreeze flow. And there's our pink right there. Alrighty. You can also, if you're really good, just hold your bucket up right underneath the spigot here. Turn that guy on. You can see our pinks right there. Now if your coach is equipped with washer dryer built in, or an ice maker in your refrigerator, I really recommend that you do take it in and have it professionally winterized so you can make sure that you're not damaging those expensive components. That's pretty important when you're dealing with this type of procedure. Today we're just showing you the basics on how to winterize an average RV. Now a couple things on the outside of the coach here. We're going to go over to our outside shower, which most coaches are equipped with today. We're going to pull this guy out. Again, I'm going to start with my cold water first. Let that guy come on through. There's our pink there. Shut that one off. We'll go back to our hot water side. Let it go ahead and suck out. And it looks like I'm getting a little bit low on antifreeze here again, but we did get enough just to get that through there. So we're all good to go there. We'll go ahead and shut that off and stow it back away in the coach. Okay. Now, from this step, I like to go back inside the coach, and I'm just going to carry my little bit of antifreeze that I had left over here, and we're just going to make sure that all of our P-traps throughout the coach are protected as well. So in our kitchen and in our bathroom sinks, we want to pour just a little bit of antifreeze right down the drain there. It doesn't take a lot. A half a cup or so in each one is about all you need, and we do that on each drain, which is going to carry a P-trap. Right in there, and again right here in this bathroom sink, and that'll ensure that we're good to go on our traps. From this point, of course, being we don't have any water, we'll go ahead and shut our water pump off here. From that point, being we do not have any more water in the coach, but we do have a little bit of mess in our sinks, I just carry a nice little towel, dry these sinks out, wipe up any of the excess throughout. And that way, none of that pink is going to stain anything in the coach. Everything's going to look good when we get ready to use it again in the spring. The showers, generally speaking, where you get the most spray, like I said, just dab up all that pink. And this guy will look nice and fresh and ready to go in the spring. And then the toilet, same thing. We can just step on the pedal at this point. Let any excess run on out of there. Go ahead and close that valve, and we'll just wipe the toilet out as well. And sometimes you just got to let these sit for a minute and dribble out what they're going to for all of your antifreeze. From there, we have 2 steps remaining. Now remember that we have our water pump turned off at this point. And now we'll locate our low point drains, which on the Elk Ridge, they're right here by the entry door. And you'll recognize these by two hoses. They hang down through the belly. They're red and blue. And we're just going to go ahead and open these two little valves up. And that's going to allow any of the excess water or antifreeze to go ahead and drain right back out of the system. And just go ahead and leave those open all winter and just let them drip. The last step on winterizing is our city water connection, which on the Elk Ridge here is over here in our central docking station. We'll just pull open this cover, pop out our little screen, and that guy just comes right out of there. And then right inside you can see this little white deal. I'm just going to reach in there, I'm going to push that with my finger, and you can actually see there's a little bit of water that dribbles out of that. And we just want to get that water out of there so it doesn't freeze and crack our city water connection. Install your screen and put your plug back in. Now, winterizing doesn't just stop with your water system. With any RV, in the wintertime, we do want to pull out our battery out of our coach, so just disconnect your battery. We recommend that you put these into a warm, dry location in your garage, in your basement, something like that. Now, of course, cement or concrete does pull battery power out of a 12-volt battery, so do not lay that just on the cement. Go ahead and put a board underneath it and store that guy in. In the springtime, you'll want to go ahead and get that battery charged and then put it back in the coach. But by leaving it in the coach, you do risk freezing and ruining your battery. We also recommend that you elevate your tires up off the ground for winter use. You can see, of course, right here, we're just sitting right on the dirt. If you go ahead and back your tires up on some shock blocks, get them off the ground, it's going to help with your tire life. We do also offer tire covers that'll keep the sun off of the tires. That seems to be a major issue with sidewall checking. And you can go ahead and get those covers right here in our parts department at Rocky Mountain. Our parts department also offers an air conditioning cover, which will go right over the top of the air conditioning unit and keep that guy from getting weather checked as well. So that's how to winterize your Heartland fifth wheel in just a few easy steps. And as long as you remember each step and go through them in the process that we went through today, you'll never have a problem with your winterizing. If you do wish, we do offer winterizing here through our service department. We're happy to do it for you. Just give our service department a call at 1-800-822-1114 and they will get you an appointment set up. And this is Nathan Hubbard. I appreciate your time, and you guys have a great day.